Now, you did want me to bring you back to this whole idea of multiple streams of income and not let you forget about it. So
yeah, thank you for that.
yeah. Give us all your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I a few years ago, I think I believe I wrote an article, I think it was for entrepreneur.com on this topic of multiple streams or multiple sources of income. And back in 2008, when the US economy crashed, at that time, I had a single source of income. I did one-on-one coaching and I coached entrepreneurs, business owners, salespeople. And when the economy crashed, all of my clients, almost all of them, were impacted by, everyone tightened the reins on spending, like, oh my gosh, the economy's crashing. We better not spend money. Our stocks have dropped significantly. All of the fallout from the economic crash. And so my clients, one by one, very quickly, I started to lose them because they said, hey, our sales are down significantly. We can't afford you as a coach, right? It's either pay the mortgage or pay the coach, and obviously we're going to pay the mortgage. And so, I let them out of their contract, and in a few months, I lost over half of my clients, which that meant over half of my income because I had one source of income. And when I eventually built that back, and when I built that back, I said, I will never again rely on one source of income. Because, and if you're listening to this, really think about this. I think that it's almost irresponsible, and that's not like an insult, but just it's irresponsible in a way to put all of our eggs in one basket, because history has shown, you got a great job, been there for a decade, you can get laid off, right? Or got a great job, company can go out of business, right? Or you run a business, it can there's so many things that can go wrong with any one source of income. And so when I came back, I rebuilt my coaching business. I then launched a group coaching program, which was in and of itself a game changer in my income, because with coaching, one client, I was earning like, I don't know, $500 a month or something like that for my coaching for one client. So therefore, I was limited with how many hours in my schedule and how many clients I could have. And then I launched this group coaching program where I started with 5 clients at $100 each. So still the same amount of money, $500 a month. But then I asked for referrals from those clients, and I grew that from 5 to 70 within 2 months. So that meant I went from $500 a month for running those same 2 group coaching calls to $7,000 a month for running those same 2 coaching calls. Wow. And that's when that was a whole paradigm shift of being able to create something that I could scale. And eventually we grew that to, I think I had it at the most 220 something coaching members. So $22,000 a month, but I was still just doing 2 calls a month. Right? So that's the element of scale. It also created where my eggs weren't in one basket, even with that one source, because even if I lost half of my clients, right? Well, all of a sudden, I still had a $10,000 a month income source. Then I wrote The Miracle Morning, which ended up becoming my number one income source after years of promoting it. And then simultaneously, I launched my first online or a live event, and we did that every year for 6 or 7 years. Then I launched a mastermind, as you mentioned, which people would join at the live, right? So all these different sources of income, and so I'm sharing this with all of you to inspire your thinking around how can you create multiple sources of income and create like a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan, right? This isn't about go after all of them at once, right? That'll cause some overwhelm, but the idea that go, okay, what's my current source of income? How can I maximize that? And then what would be the lowest hanging fruit? What's a second source of income that I could create, right? Read Justin's book, The Lifestyle Investor, if you haven't. Justin, you're an example of multiple sources of income. So, and it's just diversification. Like any good investor, that's kind of like rule number, 1 or one of the first rules is you diversify. If you're in the stock market, you don't go all into one stock and hope it ride it till the wheels fall off. No, you diversify across different stocks, different industries, different asset classes, different, countries. In any way that you can. So start with 1, go to 2, go to 3, and then, in 2 or 3 years, you'll look back and go, wow, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 streams of income that are supporting my lifestyle as I want. And I have so much less risk because I have so many sources of income.